Hi, I'm Gavyn Mytchel, the gallery promoter, DJ booker and resident DJ. This year, 2015, the gallery will be celebrating 20 years, which is a remarkable achievement in London clubland. This is my personal gallery top 20 DJs over those 20 years. Just a bit of friendly fun. Hope you enjoy it. Number 20 is John Askew, very likeable guy, very intelligent, articulate, self-assured. Got the image of a schoolboy, sort of tough, you know, Eton, very well educated. But also he's got that mucky-minded filth of a perverted dirtbag, shall we say, John Askew. If you know him, you will know what I mean. But yeah, John came onto the scene. We're looking for some new talent at the gallery and a new breed sort of acts. And 2003, again, Fergie introducing the future heroes. I think it was John was Fergie's first pick. So we got involved with him and he became a resident. Amazing music, discover very hard driving, techie sounds with uplifting trance synths. It was so refreshing. Again, it was always a little bit too hard for me, but at that 4 to 6 sound, it was perfect, and it was just so exciting and something new and different. I mean, the gallery's always mixed it up musically anyway, you know, from having progressive Hernan 4 to 6 to someone like Torpor who was like pumping, and then now John Askew doing 4 to 6. It was a breath of fresh air. Yeah, John, he's just fantastic. He just loves playing records, John, you know, or CDs or USBs now, whatever. It was down on friendship, this top 20, John would be number 1. You know, I'm still friends with him today. We used the same engineer, Dave Parkinson, and we've had drinks and stuff. He was like stayed over because he was in the next day and stuff, and I'd gone there for a night shift, and then, you know, we're kipping on Dave's couch and John's breaking wind in my face, you know. It's like, that's just John, and I still love him for it. Yeah, musically, he's a talent. He's so good, and producing, it's fantastic. And it's been very good to have John on board. John was resident for us from 2003 up to, I think, 2007, for mainly the Terminals era. And then Ministry, you know, he's playing a couple of times a year for us and stuff. But standout tracks, I think, for John, for me, The Door, which I think was on Discover Records. Still got that on white label with his writing, The Door, Askew, fuck you. And then also was one on Duty Free. I think it was New Dimension, again, Askew sound. It was really cool music. At number 19, we've got 2 DJs, progressive DJs, Nick Warren and Dave Seaman. Couldn't choose one of them. I needed both of them in there because it was so important to the gallery. At Terminals in, I think it was 2000, 2001, progressive was at its highest. You know, Global Underground was around, and Renaissance, 2 massive labels, and they featured a lot in both of those compilations. And we needed to get someone with a bit of quality, 12 till 2. You know, 12 to 2 is quite an important set time, I thought, at the gallery Terminals, because, you know, the 1 is important, but the club wasn't really filling up till around about 11:45, and that 12 till 2 slot, you needed something that was going to be slow but building and building, not burning anyone out, not burning the clubbers out. We didn't want to tire out and leave at, you know, sort of 3 o'clock. The club went on to 7:30, so we needed a bit of quality, and that's what we were looking for in the progressive sort of DJs. And Nick Warren and Dave Seaman especially, they feature regularly at the gallery at Terminals quite a lot, you know, every sort of like 2 months. You know, the music, it's just pure. It's amazing. It's class, it's quality. I keep saying it, it's so good. You've got to hear this. Any 18-year-old who's coming into the clubbing scene now and they listen to all the mainstream tracks that are there, I do really recommend to go and catch these guys. It's just educating you really, and you know, the whole sort of sound and what we do at the gallery. But you know, with music as well, the standout tracks for Nick and Dave, I'd say Dave Seaman, Luzon Baggio track, which was featured on Cape Town Global Underground. That's where I first heard it anyway, and that's what I always associate Dave Seaman on that 12 to 2 at Terminals. And with Nick Warren, probably Way Out West to Fall. Again, just brilliant music. You know, both of these guys, they've been around for so long, their careers, you know, 25 years maybe. They're really 2 nice chaps and good to hang around. In the earlier days, you know, you'd get Dave Seaman after he finished, he'd be breakdancing in the bar, pissed. And then Nick Warren, he'd be back in the studio cracking on till 5 in the morning. And then that's what we liked. We liked that sort of, you know, those sort of people, DJs who were hanging around, loved us, loved the gallery, loved the club. Number 18 is Corvin Dalek. God, this guy, back in 2001, we were looking further afield into Europe. You know, we kind of covered all the UK acts, all the DJs, and you know, there's a lot of new producer DJs coming out, Sander Kleinenberg, Oliver Lee, Oliver Klein. And then this Corbin Dalek Pounds and Pence track came out and was like, wow, this is amazing. We thought, you know, we'd get in touch and try and get him down for a debut and stuff. And when we first met him and his manager, Mark Reeder, and I just thought, two seedy little men. Honestly, two seedy little men. He was dressed in PVC, Corbin, and Mark, I mean, if anyone knows Mark, he's like, and I love this, I love both of these guys. And Mark, every time, he wore like had a blue suit on. But it wasn't a blue suit like you'd wear in a bank, like silky sort of thing. It's like a DIY, B&Q sort of hard cotton sort of, it's like a prison or something like that. It was so cold. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. And we met him every time and they both wear the same outfits all the time. Even in Miami, when I was in Miami one time and they actually tapped my shoulder in one of the supermarkets, he was in PVC shorts and he was in his blue suit with his sleeves rolled up and it was a bit hotter. That's my first impressions of Corbin, and musically though, it was just something different, sort of on a different planet. The energy, you know, it's dark driving techno with elements of funk in there, filthy vocals. I think the label was Flesh or Wet and Hard or something. The guy, it just brought something new and different. And it was just great, this experience. I mean, we didn't know his background or anything. It was just that one track. And then when we found out they were living in Berlin, and then these sex clubs that they go to, Kit Kat Club, work it out for yourself. Yeah, they was saying this concept that they do called Porno Ground. And we was like, okay, what's this? And they were telling us more about it, they do them elsewhere. But we decided to give it a go, and oh my word. It made headlines in the Clerkenwell Gazette. Sex Night comes to Turmoil's nightclub. Like shock and horror. We was like, whoa, is that good press, bad press? I'm not too sure. The actual night itself, we got like maybe 500 Venetian masks, eyes wide shut sort of thing. We had cage dancers, like S&M, gimp masks, outfits, PVC, fucking debauchery, dildos, everything. It was fantastic. I loved it. And the music was really, really, really good. I think it was like Michael Burian and oh God, there was another, Corbin was the headliner anyway of that night, but it was just an amazing concert and we got good press on it. Yeah, Corbin, he was an important part at that time. I think 2001 to 2003. Sirius then took him on and then he started doing the Gate Crashers, the God Kitchens and stuff. So yeah, Corbin Dalek, number 18. Number 17, again, I couldn't choose just one. I had to put in three. I know it's cheating this, but I had to put three DJs who were in 17. I've got Island Feeler, Cosmic Gate, and John O'Callaghan. And for me, they were all around about that position. Yeah, I couldn't put anyone higher or not include one in without in the top 20. Fardy, Island Feeler, such a likeable guy, very friendly, always got time for his fans, photos, always interested in the club and my personal life, his personal life, you know, always chatting. And he's great to be around, really. And when you watch him behind the decks, you know, his energy. If I'm watching him, he tires me out. But he's so up for it. He's so up for it, this guy. So Fardy, you know, he's brilliant. And he's like, he came into more the gallery at Ministry of Sound in the past 6 years and headlining it and doing his own parties, and you know, his music's proper full on, and he's got a really good gallery following down here now. You know, our crowd, they always look forward to it, and you know, the advance ticket sales are always good. And, yeah, Fardy, brilliant, and Island Feeler, and I look forward to another, you know, many other years with him. The other one as well, John O'Callaghan, not really said more than, I don't know, spent more than 5 minutes talking to John, I don't think. He just comes in, says hello, plays, gets his head down, does a great job. Discover Records, I think that was John Askew and stuff, Sean Tyus, that John O'Callaghan sort of sound, quite important in the gallery because it's like a new sort of trance that was being put down there from the uplifting stuff, a lot more tougher, 138, 140 BPM, which was introduced by John Askew basically, but with John O'Callaghan started playing down at Turmoil's, but when we went to Ministry, headlining and doing his subculture nights, all been a good success, an important part of the gallery setup here. As for Cosmic Gate, again, they played a few times at Turmoil's, but I don't think they were headliners. They were like second on the bill, third on the bill. But when to come to Ministry, headlining now, firm favourite with the crowd. I always seem to speak to to Nick, then Bossy. Bossy usually looking at his suntan or doing his hair in the mirror. But then Nick, I always seem to be chatting to, only for like 10 minutes, just before they go on, really nice guy. Again, just, you know, good guys, good music, really important part of the gallery at Ministry of Sound, and thank you very much, good. Number 16 is Gareth Emery. Really like this guy a lot. He's, you know, he's very enthusiastic about DJing, making music. It's always nice to see him when he comes down to the club. He's always asking about how the gallery's been, and you know, I like that a lot. He's a cool guy, Gareth, and you know, I've known him for going back 2002, 3 maybe, I think it was, and
he was like playing, I think, for like 500 quid in one of the back rooms, and this is before anyone really knew him. He had his label. I think it was 5am Recordings, and I think it was known as GTR then. I think the track called Mistral or something. It was massive. Well, it was big for me anyway. It was. I think it was on vinyl at the time. Yeah, he's worked his way up really, and and then I didn't really hear from Gareth for a bit. I don't think. I think he was in Southampton at the time, but then he did these podcasts, and it's like the new in thing, and it was next minute, bang, Gareth Emery's massive. Started his label Garuda and doing parties up there, and then I couldn't get a date for Gareth anymore at the club at Ministry, and he's an international DJ superstar. Gareth Emery's standout track, it was actually a collaboration with John O'Beir. I think it was Escapade. I still have it in my on my USB today, and it's always one of those end of night sets. If I do play trance, don't play trance that much, but I like playing it, and it is a great track, Escapade. The boy done good, and I really like this guy playing there. He's been very important down at the club at Ministry, and built up a huge following, doing his Garuda parties, all just playing gallery. He's based out in LA now and stuff, so we only get him like once or twice a year, usually the Christmas party or something. And everyone loves him. I love him. A very important part of the setup of the gallery. Thank you very much, Gareth. Cheers.